Hi there, my name is Justin Ingram. I'm going to do the Three Worlds presentation on Matthew 5:20, and I'll start with the literary world. In Matthew 5:20, Jesus says, "Unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter into the kingdom of heaven." This passage is included in a series of messages from Matthew 5:17 through 20, which Jesus has led his disciples up a mountain for the Sermon on the Mount. Matthew 5:20 provides an example of how difficult it is for someone to enter into the kingdom of heaven. This audience viewed the scribes and Pharisees as the most righteous, so it made sense for Matthew to mention this in his passage to his community because he wants them to be more righteous than the Pharisees. In the historical world, it would be important to mention the Pharisees were best at following and obeying the Torah, which contains God's laws and commandments. According to Kraybill's Upside Down Kingdom, the Pharisees were the ones who worked so hard to apply the Torah to everyday life. Historically speaking, the Pharisees were viewed by others as being righteous and close to God. Jesus mentions the scribes and Pharisees because their righteousness was external and not from the heart, internal. Kraybill mentions several sinners who in turn become Christian and were wholeheartedly righteous. For example, Zacchaeus returns stolen goods, a prostitute repents, and a runaway returns home. These individuals were internally sorry for their sins. In today's world, the contemporary world, knowing the above information about the literary and historical worlds helps us better interpret this passage for present day. What does the text have to teach us today in light from what we know about historical and literary world? Jesus demands Christians to become righteous by being internally sorry. Today, many Christians may look at God's law as a way to heaven. But Jesus reminds us all the heart must be totally sorry and repent to be good enough to enter into the kingdom of heaven. No one can follow all of God's laws. All have sinned and fallen short of God's glory. But through Jesus Christ, all sin can be forgiven if the individual is truly sorry and ready to repent.